Good morning, everyone. Welcome to day 3 of the March Mindfulness Challenge. What a beautiful opportunity it is to share time together and to meditate, to find time for ourselves. I wanted to take you through a practice that I really admire, that I really enjoy from a man I admire whose name is Professor Mark Williams. He's done a lot of work for the mindfulness community, and he's a professor at Oxford University in London. And he came up with something called the 3-minute breathing space, and even he would say that it might be more appropriately named the 3-step breathing space. And that's what I'm going to be taking you through today. The 3 steps are very simple. The first step is paying close and careful attention to how we're feeling. This is really great for acute situations where we're feeling stressed or overwhelmed or frustrated. And we can exercise it here in this more formal setting so that we get to apply it out in the rest of our lives. The 3-step breathing space, the first step is like I said, paying close, careful attention to what's happening here in this moment. The second step is simple. We're just going to breathe deep, breathing deep in, breathing deep out. What we're ultimately doing with that breathing is evoking a response to the nervous system called the parasympathetic response. You might know it as the rest and digest response. The opposite response is the stress response or the sympathetic response. And so the parasympathetic response, the one that we're evoking when we breathe deep, is really beneficial for the internal organs, really great for the brain, allows us to think more clearly. It actually increases our ability to think compassionately, empathetically, putting ourselves into another person's situation and shoes. And that's step 2. This third step is coming right back to the very first step, checking in to see how we're feeling. Right? And that's where you can see that it might be really beneficial to do right in the midst of a stress, a frustration that you're experiencing or feeling. And let's get started. I'm going to be walking through the whole process with you. And so no need to know anything. Just join us with an open mind. Find a comfortable seat. You can sit up, you can relax your arms, you can lay down, whatever works for you. Eyes open or closed, that's totally up to you. Find a space where you can feel undistracted for the next 5 to 10 minutes. And just allow yourself to settle into that space, to feel your body, to feel your breath, to notice what it is that you're kind of experiencing around you as you sit down today. Maybe you rush to get here, maybe you're feeling overwhelmed, maybe you've got a lot on your mind or a lot on your plate today. Just notice that. What does that feel like mentally? What does that feel like physically in the body? Are you discouraged? Do you feel like what's the verbiage you use? Is it useless? Is it worthless? Are you useless? Are you worthless? Just notice what that feels like. Just take a moment to reflect on that. Feel any emotions that arise in this moment. Feel any physical disruptions or agitations, maybe an itch, maybe a sore, maybe discomfort. You might notice some activation in muscles, maybe between your eyes or in your jaw. Let's put that aside for a moment, how we're feeling here. Let's just allow ourselves to bring attentive awareness to breathing, to breath. Let's take a really deep breath in through the nose. And a long breath out through the nose. You're going to repeat that cycle over and over. Breathing in through the nose to fill up, to lift and expand. On that same token, you can breathe out all the way out, emptying your lungs and finding the very bottom of your exhale. As you're breathing in, just feel yourself expand, feel your ribs gently separate and move apart. Barrel of your chest grows. And use the exhale to relax back down into your chair, into your seat, settling your body, settling that breath. Just feel yourself breathing in when it's time to breathe in. You might even pay attention to the breeze right at the tip of your nose or the back of your throat. And then feel the breath as it leaves your body. See if you can notice a subtle temperature shift or change from the air that you're breathing in versus the air that you're breathing out. Do that 3 more times, 3 full cycles of breath in and out through your nose. You can finish off your 3rd exhale, letting your lungs empty out. Settling back into a little bit more of an average or normal rhythm of breath. And just checking in to see how you're feeling. Coming right back to step 1 to see how your body feels, what it is that you're thinking about. Notice any changes in the muscle tension around your shoulders and your neck, around your eyes. From here, you can gently bring light back into your eyes, awareness into the space. Make any movements that your body's craving. That was a 3-minute breathing space. That was not done in 3 minutes. So it's got a lot of flexibility to it. It doesn't need to be done in 3 minutes. It can even be done in 3 breaths, right? Because it's a really great way to regulate emotion, to observe what's so. And I'm going to repeat those steps again. First and foremost, we're going to just notice how we're feeling. You know, your boss throws a bunch of work on your plate. Somebody says something that's quite off-putting or frustrating. Just notice the impact that has on your mind, on your body, on the way that you think, on the way that you think about yourself, on the way that you think about other people. And then just place that to the side for a moment. Breathe in deep. Evoke what's called that parasympathetic response, that relaxation response in the body. If this is new for you, it might be a little more challenging to kind of get into that headspace of shifting gears from thinking to breathing. And so give yourself time and space to try that throughout your day, throughout your life. And then once you've done that breathing, you can check right back into step 1. How are you feeling? You know, how are you feeling mentally? How are you feeling physically? How are you feeling in that situation? You know, how do you feel about your boss putting a bunch of work on your plate, or somebody saying that off-putting comment? For myself, typically the experience is that I have fresh eyes. You know, that breathing practice in the middle there, step 2, it gives me an opportunity to just switch perspective, switch understanding, a little bit of a shift in the way that I perceive the situation that I found myself in. Oftentimes, because of that parasympathetic response, I can put myself a little bit better into that person's shoes. Maybe I can extend a little bit of grace or gratitude towards that individual. And I'd love to hear how that impacts yourself as well. So feel free to comment, let us know. We'll be back live tomorrow morning at 8 a.m. Thanks for joining us for day 3 of the March Mindfulness Challenge. Have a great day.